you're gonna farm, always carry one of these on you, because then when you need to fiddle with something or tighten something, or you need a knife to cut a rope off of an animal for some reason, you've got it. And I know this is gonna make my dress look really weird because, well, it makes a bulge in my dress, but you need to have it on ya. And there's my preaching for the day. Rabbit manure. I go to pick it up from a neighbor's and I use old feed sacks. You put 2 scoops in the bottom with your shovel and then it'll hold itself up. And so you don't have to hold the bag or anything. It works really, really well. Why am I making an annual garden if I believe so strongly in permaculture? It's because, especially if you have a short season, you know, a greenhouse isn't big enough to feed a family, at least not my greenhouse. And a lot of things grow better out in cooler temperatures with a little bit of fluctuation. Also, this is also a space that I would have to be watering to make my property look presentable. If we're going to sell our property, I need to really get her looking like what she is, because I'm not willing to sell her to just anybody. I need it to be sold as a farm, so I need to make it look like a farm. This is the only space that I water off of my well. Everything else I do with drip lines off of my canal, because my well would go dry if I watered a lot of things off of the well. And so this space, I can't water with sprinklers off of the drip system, off the canal pump. There's too much solid matter in it. And so I do have to water this off the well, which means why don't I turn it into a garden? If I'm going to water it anyway, I'm not wasting anything if I water with this sprinkler right on my row garden. So I'm going to show you how I do it. The cardboard is to hold weeds out. With smaller things like carrots and beets and things like that, it's a little bit harder to put down sheet mulch. But with tomatoes, I can put sheet mulch down without worrying that I won't be able to get water to things. And I'll show you how I do that. So for the last few weeks, I've been coming out once a day and rototilling a strip. So this is about 2 weeks worth of work. Once I finish one row, I plant it and I start on the next row. I'm going to plant the tomatoes so that they're deeper. Well, maybe I won't. I still didn't get this as deep as I wanted it. I'm going to plant them as deeply as I can. These are fabric pins. Usually they have 2 sides, but I've used all mine elsewhere. So and they're not going to go through. I love that. Oh, there's one. Where did I put the other one? There's 2. Now that I have them kind of pinned down, I could bring a little bit of mulch and put it over the top. The mulch won't retain any moisture because it'll be up on the cardboard, so you won't have any weeds growing in it. I'll probably put wood mulch on. And the other thing you can do, if you want to put, I'm going to put wall of water over these, but if you want to do something that's cheaper, you can just use blankets or sheets, and I can put this into the ground, and then I can come at night and cover this with a blanket, and it'll keep the blanket from killing and squishing the tomato. See how that works? So now that's formed something of a cage over that tomato. And yes, it would be better if I was doing this in a cool day where we had some rain, but that's not what today is, and I have time to do it, so I'm going to do it. I had a hard time with my potting soil this year. Everything kept trying to damp off, and I wasn't reusing potting soil or anything, so there should have been no reason for that to happen, but it did. And so I've kept everything pretty dry. And the problem with that is that everything is not as good as it could have been if it had had a little more water. And there we go. I can go in and eat lunch now.